Lester and Savannah, there's no way to sugarcoat this. This night got off to a tough start for President Biden. He delivered a performance that was at times halting. At times he seemed to lose his train of thought. At times he started to talk about one topic, for example, the economy, and then shifted to Afghanistan, which gave former President Trump an opening. And the topic of abortion, his strongest topic coming into tonight, he raised the issue of immigration, which gave former President Trump an opening.
There was no inflation when I became president. You know why? The economy was flat on its back. 15% unemployment. He decimated the economy, absolutely decimated the economy. That's why there was no inflation.
I, too, was on the phone throughout much of the debate with Obama world people, with Democrats, with people who are political operatives, with campaign operatives. My phone really never stopped buzzing throughout. And the universal reaction was somewhere approaching panic. The people who were texting with me were very concerned about President Biden seeming extremely feeble, seeming extremely weak.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look, we had the safest border in the history of our country. The border, all he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was leave it.
Right now, as we speak, there is a deep, a wide, and a very aggressive panic in the Democratic Party. It started minutes into the debate, and it continues right now. It involves party strategists, it involves elected officials, it involves fundraisers. And they're having conversations about the president's performance, which they think was dismal, which they think will hurt other people down the party in the ticket, and they're having conversations about what they should do about it.
I wish he was a great president, because I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be at one of my many places enjoying myself. I wouldn't be under indictment because I wouldn't have been his political opponent, because he indicted me because I was his opponent. I wish he was a great president. I would rather have that. I wouldn't be here. I don't mind being here. But the only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great again. We're going to make America great again. We're a failing nation right now. We're a seriously failing nation. And we're a failing nation because of him. His policies are so bad.
As the media panic over the aftermath of Biden's destruction on stage, and it seemed like it was mostly self-destruction, this format, and this is something I pointed out, I told on my previewing of the debate, I said, hey, Biden, these are topics you should stay away from. The border, the crime, inflation. You're going to make yourself look bad. And I put the intro up there in the first place because I got a lot of criticism on my last video. Like, I think y'all didn't ratio with me. 80% of people liked my video. But I saw a lot of negative comments about how I'm delusional. I'm drinking the Trump Kool-Aid. But if you were a Biden voter tonight, if you're a Biden backer, it looked like you were drinking a lot of that so-called Kool-Aid that you accuse Trump supporters of drinking. Our guy came in there, said what he needed to say, everything factual for the most part, right? Based on the fact that they have notes in front of them. Biden going into like talking points, trying to attack his character. He called Trump a convicted felon. He called Trump, what does he say? He brought up January 6th, things of the past. How long ago was January 6th? We're in 2024, sir. But of course he has to go back to the past because he can't really talk about anything he done currently. Because every time Biden talked about anything he did currently, it was a bad look. Inflation wasn't here when I became president. That ended his whole career. That ended the debate right there. But that was the number one issue. Remember, and I got a lot of flack. And this is why I can't. Sometimes I'm like, why do I do it to myself? Why do I even interact with Democrats in my comment section? Because they'll claim that I'm in a cult because I'd rather vote for Trump over Biden. But they were scared to watch the debate last night. I hope maybe I can find it in regards to this video. But Biden backers were less likely to watch the debate than people who supported Trump. Remember when Democrats called Vivek a madman when he said that they're fulfilling everything they needed to replace Biden? Y'all remember this? During the debate, I want Vivek to get his due because, Vivek's my guy. I hope he's VP. But, I think there's other capacities that Vivek can work in. Vivek's very versatile, but he called it since the debate. Since what? When did the debate happen? Around April, May. Since then, Vivek called this scenario exactly out. And this is how you gain trust with me.
I also want to close with one message to the Democrat Party. End this farce that Joe Biden is going to be your nominee. We know he's not even the president of the United States. He's a puppet for the managerial class. So have the guts to step up and be honest about who you're actually going to put up so we can have an honest debate. Biden should step aside, end his candidacy now so we can see whether it's Newsom or Michelle Obama or whoever else.
All right,
just
Mr.
tell us the
Ramaswamy,
truth so we can have an honest debate.
Imagine that. Matt, this is how you build credibility with people. You say something and then it comes true. And Democrats have no one but themselves to blame for it. They're the party of democracy. The issue where supposedly Biden had the advantage. And they literally let a man. We the DNC, we support Biden. Majority of their voters wanted a different candidate. You had RFK that ran. Y'all didn't want him. The people in charge, the leadership class of the Democratic Party did not want him to be the nominee. So they stonewall him. The media played a part in stonewalling RFK. RFK was forced to run as an independent. Now, Democrats, you made your bed, now lay in it. I saw on X, some guy, I think he was a liberal account, he asked, America is embarrassed right now. This is a bad look for America. And I said, hell no, this is not a bad look for America. Trump did fine. Trump did his usual stuff. He did fine. This is embarrassing for the Democratic Party because this is the guy they put with no challenge. They said, oh no, we'll let him walk with no challenge. Trump didn't even get to his nomination without any challenge. He had people running in the primaries to try to get votes. They couldn't get votes because people was like, yo, Trump needs to finish it. Trump needs to finish this. And it seemed like he will if Biden remains the nominee. And I think what you're going to start seeing, and the media already hinting at it, because the media admitted that Trump won the debate, right? 66% of the people in the polls admitted that Donald Trump won the debate. Here's the clip real quick.
And the answer is...
Sorry, guys. Here's the clip real quick.
Who won the debate? We asked debate watchers in our instant poll. And the answer is a resounding Donald Trump did. 67% of debate watchers in our poll say Donald Trump won the debate tonight. Joe Biden, 33% say he won the debate tonight. I mean, guys, at this point, I don't give a shit if they bring out Gavin Newsom.
Now, this is someone putting a voiceover, but you get the point of what was stated there. Democrats, isn't this funny part? This is why I laugh when Democrats try to, when a liberal try to lecture me on their little virtue. They merely weaponize virtue to get their way. If you look at the debate, right? Biden called Trump a liar, talking about his height and weight. And Biden, I put this on Biden. The moderator should have stopped that. He derailed the whole conversation and end up golf in a political debate. The two presidents talking about golf. But that was caused by Biden. That's where the moderators effed up there. But for the most part, the moderators, you proved me wrong. Hey, I give where credit is due, I give it to you. I thought it was going to be an ish show. I thought y'all was going to mute Trump's mic any chance y'all get. To me, for the most part, it was fair. The only time I felt like there was some, it's like when Dana Bash was like, President, you have 40 seconds. Like that kind of thing. Like, oh, why are you helping? I feel like, hey, you're not doing that to Trump, but I guess Trump didn't need it. As you saw from the clips. And the Democrats are panicking because it's not a good look for them. Democrats should be the most embarrassed people right now in the nation. It's not even America. Because America, remember, Republicans had a primary, so conservatives, we wanted Trump for the most part. Democrats stonewalled democracy because Biden was like, no, Biden's our guy. We're not holding any debates. We want Biden. You got Biden. Now, all you voters look crazy. All your Democratic voters look crazy. You can't objectively, you can't even say that Biden was more factual than Trump because he got fact checked in real time. And a part of me feels like that this is Now, like I said, I'll stand by my word. Humans suck at judging intentions. I don't know the intentions of the moderator, but there's two scenarios I'm assuming. One, they don't care about Biden anymore. They're trying to move away from Biden. And that was one of the reasons why they're fair. Two, they didn't want to get criticized for being biased. I said they was going to be on their best behavior, and they succeeded being on their best behavior. They remained professional. And I think this is a way that CNN is trying to reestablish credibility in the eyes of the people. I think this is why Trump got a fair debate, because of those two assumptions that I'm making about why the moderators were so fair to Trump. That's just my issue. Because now they have a bunch of justification to put pressure on Joe Biden. And that's the only way I think the Joe Biden swap will happen. Let me know in the comment section what you think. You think that Biden's going to get swapped or not swapped? To swap or not to swap? That is the question with the Democratic Party. Because I believe they're going to use all this as ammo to pressure Joe Biden to step down. Because that's the only way the swap happens. If the DNC is seen to like conspire against the president and swap him out, I think it'll destroy the party. But remember, Democrats, you put yourself in this situation as usual. You guys think you know what's better than the people, and this is what you get. And in my view, if you say you're back Biden all the way during the good times and during the bad times. But if you end up swapping out Joe Biden, hey, then you took it out of the hands of the people. The people couldn't choose who they wanted to choose. And to me, this might make RFK numbers rise up. Merely because of the fact that, hey, we didn't pick this new candidate. Let's say they swap out Joe Biden. We didn't pick this new candidate. Why should we support him? We'll support RFK. I think the Democrats F themselves right here. And I think this is why they're panicking. Because they were gaslighting us. When conservatives pointed out, hey, look at all these gas that Joe Biden was doing. Cheap fakes. When they were sitting here making lies about the economy, how it's so great. Biden lied about the fact that he got endorsed by the border union. But the CNN guy, all he cared about is Trump. They can't fix that. They still got biased hosts on there, but they couldn't fix that. Focusing on, Trump said a lot of misinformation in his speech. Give me an example. He couldn't give me an example. He didn't give it an example. He just said, there was a whole lot of misinformation that he broke the fact scale. But not Biden? Even your own, look, I'll show you. But for now, let's hear what J.D. Vance, a possible VP candidate for Donald Trump, had his reaction to the whole debate.
What does this mean going forward? What are the Democrats going to do?
Well, look, I think they're going to desperately try to get Joe Biden off the ticket because he was such a disaster tonight. But they can't. It's too late. They have let their voters, basically they gave them one choice. They gave them the Joe Biden choice. And that's what they're stuck with in presenting this case to the American people. And it's so funny, Sean, you hear Democratic operatives now, and we have the spin room behind us. They're talking about how they don't want Joe Biden on the ticket anymore. Well, what is a bigger threat to democracy than running this entire primary process and then effectively throwing a guy off because he had a disastrous debate performance? This is the choice that Democrats have offered the American people. I'm proud that Republicans offered a different choice, and I think they're going to make the right one.
And the difference between that is the voters actually chose. Like, Republicans look, as much as Democrats try to pretend that they care about democracy, no, they don't. Democrats came in and they forced their voters to choose Joe Biden. Republicans said, hey, voters, here's the other options. Trump didn't show up to debate. Let us know. Do you still want to stay with Trump or you want something new? Republican voters. Majority of Republican voters said, nah, we want Trump. Republican Party's like, all right, y'all got Trump. So the fact, I don't want to hear any complaint. Both sides, we got bad candidates. This is the quality of debate. Blame the Democrats, because the Democrats actually brought someone who was mentally fit. And I'm gonna go with that assertion, because independent voters, I warned on this channel so many times in my commentary. Independent voters said they'd rather vote for an egotistical Trump than a mentally unfit Biden. Didn't Biden look mentally unfit? And this is the guy that ran with no challenge in the Democratic Party. Democrats have their own selves to blame for this. So before I can maybe end off my video, I want to go through the CNN fact check and see what they state as fact checked on Biden or Trump. It's a 49-second clip, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be focused on Biden because I really believe that this is going to be used as a pressure campaign to force Biden to step down, and then the DNC gets to pick the next, pretty much nominate who they want. This is how Hillary won over Bernie. But who's a threat to democracy? Biden's not a threat to democracy. The Democratic Party is not a threat to democracy. Democracy, when it comes out of a Democrat mouth, in my view, it just means a threat to our control, a threat to our power. That's what democracy means from a Democrat, when a Democrat is speaking. That's how I interpret it anyway. How would you interpret their threat to democracy? I digress. Let's continue.
Some of them. He said he's the only president in a while who didn't have any troops dying anywhere in the world. Troops have, of course, died on his watch. He said he's put in a $15 per shot cap on insulin and Medicare. It's a $35 a month cap. He said it's a $200 cap on overall drug spending in Medicare. It's $2,000 a year. He said the border now has fewer crossings than when Trump was in office. That's generally not true. He said, or at least strongly suggested, unemployment was at 15% when he took office. It was actually 6.4. He said Trump wants to get rid of Social Security. Trump doesn't. He said billionaires pay 8.2% in taxes. It's much higher. He said Trump told Americans to inject bleach amid COVID. We know Trump made foolish comments about scientists studying disinfectant injection, but didn't frame it as advice to people. And Biden said the Border Patrol endorsed him. No, its union supported the border bill he supported, never endorsed him himself. In some of them, he said.
Sad, bro. And I felt bad. Like, I watched the aftermath, like how he gingerly were walking off stage. And I was like, my God, this reminds me of my grandma, man. I actually felt bad for Biden, right? There was a poll watcher. He said, after the first commercial break, I asked my focus group undecided voters how many of them were more convinced to vote for Joe Biden. 0 raised their hands. Half of them said that they'll vote for Biden. Half of them said they voted for Biden in 2020. So you can say Biden's losing votes, right? Trump just accurately, and here's the funny part. Like I said, remember how I said someone builds credibility with me? Because for all the people who complain I'm drinking the Trump Kool-Aid, how can I drink Trump Kool-Aid when he's just speaking the truth? He may not say it in the way you like, but he's speaking the truth. This was from 2020 when Biden was more coherent, right? When Trump warned, hey, Biden's going to raise the cost of everything, right? And he's here bragging. Look, this is why majority of Americans don't believe we have a strong economy right now. Let's take a look.
My plan will in fact create 18.6 million jobs, 7 million more than his. This is from Wall Street. And I'll create $1 trillion more in economic growth than his proposal does. Not on climate, just on the economy.
President Trump here
today came out and said very strongly, $6,500 will be taken away from families under his plan, that his plan is an economic disaster.
His plan was an economic disaster. $6,500 will be taken away from families under his plan. A 2023 Heritage analysis found that the average family lost $7,400 in income due to inflation. Student loan forgiveness contributed 27% to the inflation that we're currently dealing with today. This is going to be used to bury Biden. And I think also that if you allow me to be a conspiracy theorist for a moment, Biden put himself in.
You know why? The economy was flat.
Yeah, the economy was flat. My argument here is it feels like the Democrats are going to take all the negatives of this. Like I said, Biden's going to be a scapegoat at this point. And I think I made this mention before in a live stream when I mentioned that Biden feels like a figurehead. He feels like, hey, this is a guy that's going to take all the fall for all the negative outcomes of our policy. And I think America, don't fall for it. Because at the end of the day, this should kill the Democrats' credibility whatsoever. Because that's a candidate they said that should run with no challenge. The Democratic Party made that call. The Democrats sit here and told you were watching highly edited clips of Biden looking slow, unconfident in his walk, incoherent. It makes you wonder how the hell this country is functioning. And they're the ones who were gaslighting America and saying that, oh, there's no concern of Biden's mental fitness. Yeah, Biden's so confident in that he wouldn't take a cognitive test. Biden telling Donald Trump, you're a convicted felon. but he would have got convicted with similar charges if he was mentally coherent, according to the special counsel. Biden has just confirmed that he's mentally unfit. So you're going to see, after the aftermath of all this, they're going to put a pressure campaign on Biden to drop out. Now, the choice is still on Biden. To me, Biden has an ego on him. So I don't think he's going to go down willingly. This is why there was rumors that Obama, Hillary, Nancy Pelosi, they had to like literally come together and be like, nah, we don't want Biden to be the guy anymore. And that's the way the Democrats are going to do it. If the Democrats do it that way, where Obama comes in, Pelosi comes in, the Clintons come in, and galvanize the group to push Biden out, Democrats lost the whole threat to democracy argument based on that alone. Based on that alone, they will lose the threat to democracy argument, because it becomes rules for D and not for me. And no, like you can't justify that to the American people. 44% of swing voters believe Trump can better handle threats to democracy. 33% say Biden. This is what I'm talking about. He got owned. Right? He's talking about, oh, Trump's a liar. He called veterans suckers and losers. And then he tried to make it about his son.
Everything.
Like, but no one can say Biden won objectively. No one. Now I see why Biden backers were scared to watch the debate. They were scared to watch the train wreck from the jump. And when I watched the debate with my wife, when he came out with that raspy voice, it already started off on the wrong foot to me. And all the concerns of people saying that it would be rigged. Hey, CNN, I give you credit where credit is due. You did a good job. Y'all were professional, right? I think it was good. I'll grade it an A for moderation. So I give credit where credit is due. Everyone thought, CNN. I didn't put out a video. I felt like I was tempted to put out a video, but I was like, nah, let me give them a benefit of the doubt. And I wasn't disappointed. But yeah, Biden didn't look healthy. I was scared that, my biggest concern during my preview was that Trump would get himself into optics trouble, right? And he did fine. The one who hurt himself optically was Biden. But hey, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you believe that the mainstream media did this by design? They give Trump a fair interview. They didn't really, interrupt him, whatever. They just asked for reclarification or to have him answer his questions. I think they were very professional. But is this a way for them to gain credibility back in the eyes of the people and also use it politically to put pressure on Biden to step down? I would like to hear your theories on what is going on, what predictions you have in the future candidacy of Joe Biden. Do you believe that Donald Trump will would debate someone different in September? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.